Tahanjo. Hey guys, Matt the Greeter here. Oh, alright. In December, freezing my jingle bells off. That's okay. Alright guys, yeah, we just the greenhouse that you saw straight ahead, the dollhouse, former dollhouse museum, that's the one that Liam Neeson was shooting the film in back a while ago. You may recall that I was going by, got stuck there a couple of times. I forgot that they were filming and whatnot. So anyway, I'll let you know when I remember. I think Thug or something like that, maybe the name of the movie. So hey, one of you will know before I do. So yeah, get back to me on that. What movie is that? I gotta see it, of course. They shot a movie once in my hometown. Everybody was in it. Actually, nobody was in it that I know. Hey, anybody catch that Tragically Hip reference? Anyway, now you did. So here we go. December, last review of these Nicky Boys toys. It's been long enough. My pants, my skinny jeans. This is absolutely positively the last review on these pants, unless I crash in them, and then I'll let you know how they perform in a crash. I'm hoping never to have that test. So I've crashed a couple of times, and so I'd like to maybe not crash in these pants. So final review, then I'll talk about my Kemi Moto winter riding gloves, non-heated. But yeah, Nicky Boys toys. Pants, so they're too skinny for me. So like I enjoy that they don't flap, sort of, and they do ride up. So I'm going to start with the negatives. They ride up, they just ride up, and so I'm stuck with them, and because I don't have any money to buy more pants. So I'm stuck with these. So what I'm thinking about doing is sewing some like stirrup kind of things on them, so that they stay, hooked down where they belong. Because right now my shins are a-freezing. Because it is December, and I don't think I got the camera on in time, but everybody's got there's loads of firewood, and we got Christmas trees all over the place. So anyhow, yeah, it's, when it's like 50s or more, and pants are riding up a little bit on a short ride, it's fine. But days like today and colder, it's gonna be just not comfortable. So that's a negative about these Nicky Boys Toys pants. I got the armor. I don't know what my problem was. I had trouble putting the hip armor in, so I left it out for a while. Then today I put the pants on and then put the hip armor in without thinking about it. It goes in just fine. So I can't remember if I said anything about the hip armor being tough to put in, but today it wasn't. But I had the pants on, and so maybe that's the key, because I did not have a problem putting the hip armor in. So anyway, the hip armor ain't much, but it's something. It's absolutely is something. And so that's good, and yeah, like I said, the rest of the pants, I don't notice that I'm wearing them except when they're riding up, and they're a little tight in the yeehaw section of the pants. So I made a joke about it somewhere. It might have been Instagram, and I said, you got anything out there for a dad bod, Nicky Boys Toys, or whatever? And they said something's coming, and so it's a little late for me. I can't afford to buy another pair of riding pants, and it will not be in the budget for the next year or so. There's more stuff that I if I have to replace that would be critical to replace. So for those of you dad bods out there, or for people like I was born in 1974, flannel work boots, shorts, everything flapped. I'm used to a flap when I ride, so I don't mind my pants flapping. And I said these pants not flapping is a perk, and I say that because it's probably a perk for many people, but I don't mind a little pant flap. You know what I'm saying? And any colder than this, or I should say if I was going any farther than I'm going today, I'd be wearing my Carhartt Arctic Yukon suit anyway. And it doesn't matter what, you could wear your birthday clothes underneath it, and that Carhartt will keep you warm. And you know, it's not your fashion Carhartt that everybody wears. It's the working suit, and it was well worth the investment. So Nicky Boys Toys, I don't like that they ride up. I intellectually like that they don't flap, and I see that as a perk. But you know, my curmudgeonly, you know, 1970s birth body is used to a little flap and all that sort of stuff, and there's just a natural discomfort of living through the 70s. So you know, so that's that. But they are nice. It is really nice to have the armor, and when I'm wearing these pants, I'm not thinking about them. They're as tight as they are. They're warmer than I expect them to be where they cover. And you know, like I said, any colder than this, and I would in the old days be wearing my leather chaps, my Van Halens, as it were, or I'd be wearing my Carhartt Arctic Yukon suit. So these pants don't need to be, if at all, any warmer than they are. So they've made it through the hottest days of the summer. We had the upper 90s and humid a lot this summer. The pants were fine, and we've had, like, what it is now, it's December, it's cold, and though they're riding up a little bit, where they're covering is honestly fine, and they'll fit perfectly under chaps if chaps is your bag. And you know, under your Carhartt Arctic suit, you don't, you know, you can do whatever you want under there. None will be the wiser. On to Kemi Moto gloves. Yeah, they're cool. I can feel the chilliness a little bit, but like I said, it's cold. You know, I'm in New England, for those of you just tuning in, and welcome. And but yeah, I'm in New England, so it's cold, and the cold just seeps into the gloves. They are they are a little long, and I'm aware of that. This afternoon or this morning or whatever, putting them on. You know, if I'm trying to tuck my sleeves or my cuffs under the jacket, you know, I got the tips of the fingers, or there's a lot of extra material there because I have that in between hand size, large palm, but my fingers, I could use a slightly shorter finger, and in the gloves. But so far, I mean, they're performing fine. That's what I'll say. They're performing fine, especially for their thinness. And I can feel the cold seeping in, so I know that if I was to wear these, if I was riding like for an hour today, my hands would certainly be cold. But in my old Biltwell gloves, my hands would have already been cold. And but I got to tell you, Kemi Moto, thank you for the free gloves. It's gonna take a lot of hustle to catch up to the Indy Ridge Power Sports gloves that are really at the top of the glove game, in my opinion. And those gloves are good in the hottest of hot weather and down to like the 50s. Those Indy Ridge Power Sports gloves are just perfection, in my opinion. And like, they don't give me gear. I mean, I've got neck gaiters from them when I buy gear, but I'm not paid, obviously, to say that. But it's true. I mean, look at look at Chopper Fetch channel. I mean, people who wear them regularly will say the same. The Indy Ridge Power Sports glove is the top. That is the paragon. That is it. The upper echelon. That is the Larry Bird. That is the Pantheon. What? Come on. Yeah. All right. That's you get the point. So Kemi Moto, like, here we go. It's colder. And I love the knuckle protection. I like that you've seen the picture of myself, you know, reflected in the knuckle protection. I dig that. I know if I go down and whack the knuckles, my knuckles will be good. And yeah, so if we could get, this is not Kemi Moto's fault, but if we could get a glove that didn't, you know, well, I guess you'd just have to get it tailored, right? But could we get a tweener size, you know, where you got the large palm, but the fingertips aren't so long? I mean, is there a way to do that? Is there a company that does that? Kemi Moto, you can be the first. Jump on that trend. It's not a trend. Start the trend, would you? And but anyway, as far as coolness, yeah, I think we're just about the same as any old glove. You know, my thin Biltwells obviously were cold by now, but every other glove that I've had. But I will say that when I had my snowmobile gloves, they were about the same as this, but they were a lot bulkier. So here's an advantage to these, is they're thin and they're the same warmth as those snowmobile gloves. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that for now. So yeah, Nicky Boy's Toys, you heard it, Kemi Moto. But as far as the glove game, Indy Ridge, you know, they're the ones to knock off the top of the mountain. So get on that and see what you can do. And our Indy Ridge, if you're listening, Steve, how about some winter gloves for little old me? They don't have to be heated. These are not heated. And we'll see what happens. All right, guys, Matt the Greeter cares so much about you, and I'll check in with you soon. Bye.